Hey everyone, Gil here at GrayManPrepping. On this episode of Your Prep for Today, I want to talk to you about backup ovens. All right, so for backup ovens, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about if you happen to have a natural gas or electric oven in your house, or even a propane oven in your house, and something happens and that becomes not available for you to use, and it's going to be that way for a while. What are you going to use? And you can say, well, I'm just going to go like I'm camping, but still, there's going to be times where you're going to want to bake something, whether it's dinner rolls, whether it's a pizza, whatever it is, you're going to want to bake something in the oven. And it's better to have a plan now for that event than waiting till the last minute and going, okay, now what do I do? So I want to go over several options for you to pick and choose from and see what you want to do. First of all, I don't know which end to start at. So I'm going to start at the old end, Dutch ovens. Dutch ovens are great. I got 7 or 8 of them. Anyways, you can do a lot in a Dutch oven. Hey, it's called an oven because you basically use it as an oven to cook stuff in. You put your coals underneath, coals on top, and you can heat up. And by the number of coals you have on there, you can pretty much figure out what the temperature is going to be inside. I've done breads in there. I've done stews in there. I've done pizza in there. There's a lot of things you can cook in a Dutch oven. Granted, you have to have a fire pit and be able to do a Dutch oven. I mean, do the fire and everything out there to do it. Not so good in the wintertime. If you have a fireplace, you can do it in the fireplace. But, depending on how things are, that may or may not be an option for you. Another thing to consider is camp stoves. You got your camp stove, like your Coleman or your Ozark, whatever it is, from Walmart. You got a whole range of different types of stoves. They make these collapsible and not collapsible little ovens that go on top of the camp stoves. And it's got a temperature gauge in it, so you can see how hot it is. And you adjust your flame to get the temperature at a certain level, and you can cook things in it. However, generally these things are kind of small, 12 inches square at the most, usually about 10 inches or so. So it limits you on what sort of things you can cook in it. But as a backup stove, you do a lot of things with them. Then there are the ones that are a little bit bigger, such as the ones by Camp Chef. It's made with an oven and a stovetop on top of it. So you can be cooking on top and you can cook stuff inside. It's a bigger oven than the other ones. And you can actually do, a lot more things in there. You can cook chicken in there. You can do a turkey in there, not too big, a small turkey. You can do a small turkey in there. So there's a lot of things you can do in these. Now, finally, the other option is if you have a thrift store, used appliance place around, you can pick up either a propane range, stovetop oven and everything, the whole, kit and caboodle, or you can get a natural gas one. Now, for the propane one, it's already set up, and you can actually hook it up to a 5 or a 7.5 gallon bottle, the 20 pound or the 30 pound bottles or larger, and you have a backup stove there ready to go. You can cook on top, you can cook inside, and you're ready to go. Now, the natural gas ones you got to do a little monkeying with. On the jets for them, you got to tighten it down a little bit tighter, so the jet orifice you're closing it down a little bit, because propane burns hotter than natural gas, so it takes less fuel coming through it. So you just crimp it down, you just tighten it up a little bit on the jets, and it works, because I've done that myself with one of my stoves I have. So if you do that, you also have to make a choice of what type of stove you're going to be using. Is it one that has the electric starters on it? You have to click, 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 and it starts. Or is it one that has pilot lights? If it's one that has pilot lights, safety point here. when you first turn on the gas for it, because you got to turn it off every time you're done using it. You turn on the gas, you light the pilot light in the oven, you light the 2 pilot lights up on top. You use it, you turn off the tank, everything goes off. Otherwise, if you just leave the tank on, those pilot lights are going to burn up your fuel. All right. It's just little flames, but it will burn up your fuel. So there are some options for you to do a backup oven. Now, I've heard of it. I haven't been able to find it again. There was one of those ones that go like on top of a camp stove. There was a bigger one out there that I heard about, and I actually saw it once years ago. So I'm not even sure it's still being made. That basically you have like a briquette grill going, with a little bit bigger fire, and this is a bigger one that sits on top, and the heat comes up through it. So that's another something you can look into. Or if you are a hands-on type person, you can build your own. All right. So as always, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps: water, food, skills, equipment. Why? Well, this is why.